question came in from David Pinch. Hey Trent, which art tablet are you using these days? All right. Yes, you can be creative with everything from a sausage and ketchup to, the most expensive art tools on the planet. However, tools are important if you're really honing in on your skill. Now, I do concept art for video games, I do comic books, I do illustrated novels, and I have reviewed dozens of drawing tablets here on my YouTube channel, and you can check those out if you're looking at your different price ranges. But I wanted to share with you the tablet that I learned on, the tablet that I have used, the line of tablets that I have used since 1996, the very first time I ever did anything with digital art. For me and my purposes, and this is going to be contentious because a lot of people in the comments are going to go, no, you're wrong, Trent. I use this and I use that. Cool your jets, bro. It's cool. You can use what you want. I'm not telling you should switch. I'm telling you what I use and what I have used for so many years that I can't really imagine doing it any other way because I've tried it all, brother. I've done it all. I've been everywhere. I've been to the moon. I've been drawing on the moon. I've been drawing on pancakes. I'm lifting your mama's wig and I'm drawing on the back of her head. I've drawn on everything, man. And there's but one tablet that I always come back to, baby. And that is the Wacom Intuos Pro. This is not a device that you draw on the screen, okay? This is a device where you draw on the tablet itself. But one of the biggest reasons why I've stuck with this tablet is that I get to sit upright. I don't have to hunch over. I've tried working with iPads. I've tried working with Procreate. I love Procreate. If they made a Mac version, I'd be all in. But the problem is I have a rather large cranium. You probably can't tell, but it's large. It makes it hard to find hats that fit right. It makes it hard to find glasses that fit right. And most of all, I can't have the strain on my neck. So I like having this sitting back, almost like I'm riding a Harley Davidson motorcycle, chilling, okay? And I even have 2 monitors set up so that I can see everything right in front of me. I can have a movie going on here. It's not going to mess with my eyes to look left and right. I'm not looking over at the other side of the room at a big screen on the other side of the room. I'm not looking down, just stuck in this horse blinders kind of a view of my work. And for some people that might be different. You might need to stay focused because you don't want the distractions. You might need to be in it completely. For me, not happening, man. I like having it visible where my hand does not cover part of the image. The other factor is cost, man. So these are expensive. The Intuos tablets are expensive. I get the medium size one and it's roughly $300. It might have gone up, it might have gone down, but I had one of these last for over 10 years and it never went bad, man. Then they changed the design a bit for the Intuos 3 and I've had a couple of those go bad, but hands down, if I were to lose my tablets or if this one were to even break, I would probably just try to get another one. Now, the only other line that's comparable, in my opinion, is this sweet baby right here. This is called the Wacom One. And this kind of does a lot of the same things that my Intuos does, and it's about the same price even, but with one key difference. This thing you can draw on the screen. It's about the same size as my Intuos. It's about the same weight as my Intuos, but when I want to chill on the couch or if I want to actually draw kind of upright or actually draw on the screen a little bit, let's say I want to get really arty, let's say I want to get really sketchy, get in there and actually draw on the screen, at least for brief moments. It's good for things like doing details or doing faces or doing tiny intricate details of things. And I thought, well, if you're like me and you're using the Intuos and yet you kind of sometimes want to be able to draw on the screen, this would be worth considering because like I said, it's quite literally the same price. But there are some things to it that you have to consider. For one, it's not using the same Wacom pen input. So this is not interchangeable with every other Wacom device in terms of the pens. It kind of has this special pen that it comes with and it feels distinctly cheaper. If you're a pro, you might be like, well, wait a minute. No, because the pen just does feel really thin and light but it's super compact. Like this is built to be like an affordable sort of mini cintiq at a much more affordable price. And when I'm talking performance though, there's no lag. There's no real substantial difference in terms of the quality from my Intuos, in terms of like how quickly it's getting pressure or how quickly it's getting, it's moving the cursor around the screen, for example. None of those things seem to be impacted at all, except that it just has this like dual function to it. And what do I mean by dual function? I'm talking about using it the same way that I use my Intuos. So like this kind of replaces that, because it also has this glass surface. So some people don't like to draw on glass, and I get that, in which case I'd stick with the Intuos. But what is nice about this is that I can take this with me in my laptop the same way that I could take my Intuos. And I do that a lot. I go out to coffee shops. I like to go to exotic places in the world and bring my work with me and draw from various cafes or various parks around the world, wherever I might go. And having that versatility of a screen that I can draw on or a screen that it just works like an Intuos is really nice to have, because there's no compromise in weight. Like if you get into the cintiqs that are those big bad boys that are 28 inch or 24 inch, or even the XP pens, they're big, man, and they're heavy, they're bulky. Those are not compact, those are not travelable at all. Not to mention it just has one USB-C 3, one cable, no plug. That makes it way easier to travel with. And furthermore, I want to mention I am a MacBook user. You don't see it in this video, but I use a Mac. All of my software is Mac related. I don't really game on my Mac. That's something totally different. That's why you'll see I got my Steam Deck over there on the side. And the thing is, like, they have like a 16-inch cintiq, but it's literally double the cost. And certainly you get more pressure sensitivity. You maybe even get higher resolution. And more than that, you can use those fatty Wacom pens. In fact, the only real gripe that I have is really the pen. And the pen actually, really with any pen, the more you use it, the more you just kind of get used to it, and that feels right, that feels natural, that feels good. So I almost like with this device, because of its price point, and I think it's like even on sale. As I was making this video, as I was editing, I was like, man, that's like cheap. It's cheaper than the Intuos. Like, I'd pick one of these up. I might just pick up an extra one just in case, like just to have a backup one, because it's got a great resolution. This one's rocking a 1920 by 1080 resolution, which is pretty darn good. The pressure sensitivity is like 4096. That's still like, you don't need much more than that. Inevitably, I'm gonna have people angry at me in the comments. Like, you know what? It's cool, man. Again, I'm not trying to tell you what you should do. I don't care. I think it's great. You found your thing. Do your thing, man. I don't want to tell you should switch. But people ask me all the time, hey, what tools are you using? Well, this is it. It's surprisingly simple. Doesn't require a very expensive, like the big screens, the 32-inch screens or 28-inch screens, some of those can run up to $3,500, man. No. It's sure if you're getting paid lots and lots of money, and I could definitely afford it. It's not like it's if you're a race car driver, get the best equipment. If that's your profession that's bringing in the money, get the best race car, But for my personal method of the way I draw, the method of the way that I do art, the method of the way that I like to be comfortable, what's best for my posture, what's best for my spine, what's best for my mental and emotional and physical health. Yeah, I'm sticking with the Intuos or the Wacom One. I mean, they're more affordable too. It's crazy the kind of cost that goes into some of these tools that are out there. I mean, you don't even need them. Sort of as a runner-up, I would recommend you also check out some of the XP Pen tablets that are out there. Those are pretty good. Specifically, the Artist series is pretty good. They got some new tech coming out with this magic tablet thing. I want to try that out someday soon, hopefully. Anyway, dudes, that's it for me on this video. I want to thank you for stopping by. If you want to learn everything that I know about making comic books and making professional concept art for video games, then check out some of my Gumroad workshops. You could learn all this stuff yourself, but it might take you 20 years, or you could just get it with one click. Let me know in the comments, what's your favorite tablet if you're using something? Is there something I should be checking out that's comparable? Again, I don't want to draw on the screen unless if it's super compact, and if it's a Mac and it's got Photoshop. Anyway, I want to hear from you guys. What is your preferred tablet? Drop that in the comments below. If you disagree with me, let me know why, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, ciao. With the Twilight Monk video game coming out for Nintendo Switch and on PC and Steam in February, you may want to get caught up with the story, which begs the question, where the heck do I begin with Twilight Monk? Well, I'm going to recommend that you start with the world of Twilight Monk. This is a 100-page art book. It contains fully painted illustrations by yours truly. It is a guide to the universe of Twilight Monk with backstory on characters, alternate character designs, characters who don't even appear in the stories yet. It is a full-color, high-quality world guide and a very nice collection of my best Twilight Monk art. For the story, I'm going to recommend you start with Secrets of Kung Fulio. This is the first book in the series, and if you've got the art book already, you're going to have a lot of questions. What the heck are the monks of Twilight? They used to be heroes of Speria. They used to be saviors of this entire planet, but they disappeared over 1,000 years ago. Their descendants, these moonkin, fall from the sky and they have to travel to the only place where they're safe in this world. Raziel Tenza is the last of these moonkin, and he does not fit in at all. He stinks at Kung Fu, he's got no friends, and he's gonna get kicked out if he doesn't come up with a real quick shortcut to ultimate Kung Fu power. In Book 2, Return of the Ancients, Raziel has in fact acquired the Pillar of the Ancients, which imbues him with all of the power of everything that made the ancient monks of Twilight powerful. But now he has this incredible responsibility, because as you know, with great responsibility comes great responsibility. These books are all available over on Amazon in print. I've got the first book on Audible, or you could pick up the PDFs for cheap and just give them a good read over on my Gumroad channel, or download that PDF. If you can't get enough, guess what? There are 2 prequel illustrated novels. That's right, I've been doing this for years, man. So if you want to read about Raziel's early days when he first landed on Speria, he has no Kung Fu ability at all, and he's just trying to survive in the hostile world of Speria with his Earth Father, then you can check out The Beast of Tuxa and Escape from Giant's Crown, 2 fully illustrated novels with over 75 illustrations in each of these illustrated novels. That's a lot of reading. If you pick up any of my books, please do remember to leave a review. It's more valuable than gold to me, and I appreciate you subscribing. And thank you for supporting my work, as always. Thank you. Bye.